We are just done with the first month of the year 2022, and there are so many things that we have purposed and planned to achieve during this year 2022. And if there is one thing that I am looking forward to, is to achieve as many things that I can in this year, is to add value to myself, is to become better than who I was come the year 2021. And there are so many things and there are so many reasons that we can give so as not to become better, so as not to achieve the things that we desire in life. But there is one thing that I've come to tell you today: stop postponing the things that you desire to achieve. Be violent and be a go-getter so that you can be in a position to achieve all the things that you've desired in this life. And for me, I will just share with an example of myself. I've been postponing to learn how to play the piano for at least the last 8 years. And I want to be accountable to you, my viewer, that let's say by the time I'm celebrating my birthday, at least I'll have learned how to play the piano. And I want you to hold me accountable, because I don't just want to tell you things that will push you forward and me being left behind. I want to lead from the front. I want to encourage you. I want to challenge you to become much more better. So what are we talking about? Don't push it into 2023. Don't push it to next week. Don't push it to next month. What does the Bible has to say about it anyway, William? Why are you telling us this? And you always give us biblical insight. Let's get to see this immediately after the introduction. Most of us have the habit of procrastinating. We desire to become better husbands, but the things that we ought to do so that we can become better husbands, we are not willing to do them immediately. Some of us desire to become better managers, better leaders. And as much as there are steps that maybe the Bible and other areas of our lives offers for us to become better, we are not willing to grab these things and move ahead with them and become what God has called us to be. And in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 8, and I'll start reading from verse 10 so that you can see what the Bible says, because I'll never lead you anywhere the Bible does not lead us. Verse 10, it says that, "And in this matter I give you my advice. It is best for you now to complete what a year ago you began, not only to do, but to desire. So your readiness in desiring it may be matched by your completing it out of what you have. For if the readiness is here, it is acceptable according to what a man has, not according to what he has not." The Bible is encouraging us that one thing you began desiring to do 1 year ago, it is time to start it now. That thing that place that you wanted to save and go, it is the time to begin is now. You don't have to wait until you're so close to the time that you had set apart for you to be in a position to visit that place. The Bible is encouraging us to begin now. That lessons for learning the piano, I don't have to wait until August. That is when my birthday is. I don't have to wait until August that I start playing and I start practicing. I have to start now, so that by the time November is coming, I'll be in a position to present to you something that I have learned throughout the course of this year. And maybe you are looking forward to become a better manager. Maybe you have been a teacher for all your life and you've been saying that I want to change the trade that I have been in for the last few years. It is the time to begin is now. Maybe you have been a housewife for so long and you've been saying, if I get a chance for myself to go out there and make my own money so that we can bring the resources together with my husband and become better as a family, the time to begin is now. And do not be afraid, do not feel sad, and do not feel bad that you are leaving behind the things that you are used to. But be encouraged and move forward. You know what? If you don't leave the comfort zone, the greater things that God has called you for will never happen. It should be in the book of Zechariah that says, "Do not despise humble beginnings," because those humble beginnings are the ones that will mature to become bigger things in your life. Also in the book of Ecclesiastes, it should be chapter 11 or thereabout, that says, Cast your bread upon many waters. You don't have to remain at the same comfort zone. You don't have to remain at the same place over and over again. Expand, be creative, and come up with things that will empower you to become that which you desire to become by the end of this year. And at the end of it all, we all add value to ourselves. Someone said, and I agree with him, that you are not paid because you work, right? You're paid because you solve a problem. Look around in your vicinity, in your area, in your nation. What are the problems that are there? What are the things that I can invent that become answers to the problems that people are having? And when you do that, I promise you, you will become better. And by the end of this year, we will have all these testimonies that I began like this. I was actually not serious when I began, and at the end of the day, this is actually what is paying my bills right now. This is actually what has elevated my status. This is what actually has made me to be who I am today, because you did not despise the humble beginnings, because you have a willing heart. You have a desire on the inside of you. That is what God puts on the inside of you. He puts the desire, He fuels it, and then Paul tells us that fan into flame the gift of God that is in you. According to the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7, fan into flame. Do not let that desire go down. Do not let that fire go out. Fan into flame, so that whatever God and whoever God has called you to be, you will be in a position to become much more better and become a solution to the nations, not just locally, but globally, because God is with you and will guide you. As He has told us in His word, begin today what you desired last year. And as I always say, this is the channel that will challenge your morals. This is the channel that will challenge your conduct. This is the channel that will challenge your well-being. I continue encouraging you to subscribe. I continue encouraging you to share with your friends and all our family members, so that all of us can grow together to become like the Son of God, who is Jesus Christ. This is the Faith Crusaders, where we are all about revealing Christ-like attitudes of awakening. God bless you, and see you in our next show.